So, confession time with Emily. I love a good nap. Now, I feel that I should have been born in a country where they have siestas, where it's seen as socially acceptable for the whole country, right, to go and have a nap in the afternoon. But the issue is they're normally really hot countries and I can't really deal very well with the heat, so probably not best. But I find it really funny that when I'd have been a toddler, a baby, and my parents would have been like, it's nap time, I would have screamed and I would have shouted, I'd have made a massive fuss not to have a nap. Whereas if they suggested it now, yeah, sound. Now, I love the fact that the Bible records Jesus having a nap. I love it. I love that fact. And he didn't have a nap just anywhere, okay? He had a nap in a fishing boat. Okay, so it was him and his disciples, and they were out on this lake, and I'm sure it was a beautiful day with bright blue sky, the sun coming down, and they could feel the warmth on their skin and a light breeze against their skin. Perfect conditions for a wonderful day, but also perfect conditions for a good nap. Then the weather takes a turn. That glorious day, totally gone. Okay, the waves were coming really high and they'd have been like 20 feet tall, and that is taller than a giraffe, just to let you know. And the winds would have been howling, and that lovely sun that was coming down, oh no, that's gone. The rain has come instead. They were in the middle of the storm. Now, here's the thing. Okay, they knew that this was dangerous because some of them were fishermen, so they were skilled, they knew what they were doing. But what we see is that they are scared. So if they are scared, then actually everyone should be scared. But what's Jesus doing? He's still having a nap. So let's listen to the passage. Then Jesus got into the boat and started across the lake with his disciples. Suddenly, a fierce storm struck the lake, with waves breaking into the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him up, shouting, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown." Jesus responded, "Why are you afraid? You have so little faith." Then he got up and he rebuked the wind and waves, and suddenly there was a great calm. The disciples were amazed. "Who is this man?" they asked. "Even the winds and the waves obey him." We, like the disciples, may leave asking for help from Jesus till the very last minute. Why is that? Do we think that our storm is too big for Jesus? Do we think that actually we should be hiding this storm from Jesus because of guilt and from shame? Or do we believe that actually we deserve this storm? Now we see in this passage that the disciples go to Jesus and wake him from that wonderful nap. And they cry out in desperation and ask for help. And Jesus' response is a bit strange, which is, "Why are you afraid?" I'd be like, duh, have you seen the waves? They are massive. Apparently later on in life, people will think they're bigger than giraffes, whatever giraffes are. You know, I'd be like, duh. Whereas actually, I think maybe Jesus might have been asking the question, why are you afraid to ask me for help in your storm? In the book of Mark, which is another account of Jesus's adventures here on this earth, and another of his disciples, we hear this story again. And we hear of Jesus' response to the storm. He says, silence, be still. Silence. Do you remember last week when we were talking about the Roman officer, where he said, Jesus, I know that with one word my servant can be healed. Here again we see Jesus respond with one word, silence, which basically told the storm to stop, the waves to calm on down, for the wind to hush, for the rain to go away for another day. Just one word, and it was calm. When it goes quiet, the disciples asked this question: who is this man? I mean, if I was one of the disciples, that would have been probably a question I'd have asked when he said, do you want to come and follow me and leave everything? I'd be like, well, who are you? I mean, that would have been when I would have asked that question. But actually, when we reflect upon this, we should be saying the same. Who is Jesus? Do we really understand that Jesus can calm our storms? Do we understand that Jesus can give us peace when we're in the middle of our storms? Do we understand that Jesus is right next to us at the very heart of our storms? He's there with us in our storms. In whatever storm you are struggling with now, He's there with you. But you have to go to Him and ask for help. And Jesus longs to come and say, silence, be still. So that's what we're going to do now. In a book called James in the New Testament, written by a guy called James, shock horror, he says this: be close to God, and He will be close to you. Come to Him and ask for help. You can pour out your heart to Him. You can cry out in desperation. And know that He is with you. I mean, all the time He's with you. But if you are in a storm of life, know that He is with you at the very heart of it. So draw close to God, because He will draw close to you. We're going to listen to some music now. And this is a chance to do exactly that. To come close to Him. To ask for help. And hear those words. Silence. Be still. And feel His presence of peace.